Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to another mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, I want us to answer this question right here. So this is a question that came in mathematics paper 1 for 2024. The question reads, write the four inequalities that define the unshaded region R. So we have this diagram right here. We have these inequalities. So we have line 1, we also have line 2, line 3 and line 4. So we need to come up with four inequalities that would define this unshaded region R. So the first, we can name our inequalities. So the first one, we can name this one as 1. Okay, we can name that one as 1. Then from there, we can also name this one as our second one. Okay, then from there, we can also have this one as our third one, and lastly we can make this one as our fourth one. So we need to start with the one which is the easiest. So this one, the first one, this inequality, they have used a solid line, so it should be equal to the value that is being given there. So this line is cutting the y-axis at the point y is equal to 1. So that is our first one. So for the first one, it's y equal to 1. Now, we don't need an equation, we need an inequality. So we're going to write y. So remember the instruction, we need to define the unshaded region. So when you look at this line, y is equal to 1. The shaded region is the lower region where you have numbers which are less than 1. And the unshaded part is the greater region which is up right here. So we are defining the unshaded part. So we are going to say y is greater than or equal to 1. So this is our first inequality for this line. Y is greater than or equal to 1. Then from there, alright, and then from there we are going to go to our line 2. This is our line 2. Now this line 2 is also easy. It's a line which passes through 0, 0, and this is the line y is equal to x. Okay, this is the line y is equal to x, this one right here. So we need now to write the inequality. So we know that this is the line y is equal to x. So we look at the shaded part. The shaded part is the upper region going up there. That's the part that is shaded. So the shaded region is the upper region which is greater, and the unshaded part is the lower region which is less. So we are describing the unshaded part down here. Okay, so the type of line that is used, it's a dotted line. So if they use a dotted line, we are going to say y is less than x without putting the equal to, because the line used is a dotted line. Okay, so you must know that this line is the line y is equal to x. Then there is another line which can pass from here. Okay, from here coming here and pass on 0, 0. This line is called y is equal to negative what? X. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Let me just demonstrate. This is the line, it can pass right here. Okay, and this line we say y is equal to negative what? X. So you must know these properties of the graph. So we have answered our line 1 and our line 2. Okay, then let us answer our line 3. Alright, so we now come to our line 3, and this is our line 3 right here. So this line is cutting the x-axis at the point x is equal to 6 right here. Okay, so our line 3, we are saying, is cutting the x-axis at the point x is equal to 6. So the type of the line that is used, as you can see, it's also a dotted line. So we need to describe this unshaded region right here on the left hand side. So the shaded part here, we're having numbers which are greater than 6. And on the left side here, we are having numbers which are less than 6. So here we are just going to say x is less than what? 6. This is our answer without putting the equal to symbol, because the line is a dotted line. So we have answered this line 3 we are just remaining with our line 4, which is this one. Okay. All right, so we've now come to our line 4, which is this line right here. So this line, it's cutting the y-axis and the x-axis, this line. So the way you can find the inequality for this line, you need first to find the gradient of this line. When you find the gradient of this line, then you need to find the equation of the straight line using the same gradient that you have found. So you need to come up with coordinate. So this line is cutting the y-axis at 3. Right here you can see there is a 3. And it's also cutting the x-axis at 6. Right here you can see. So you can make those as your coordinates. So here on 3, we are going to have the coordinate 0, 3. And here on 6, we are going to have the coordinate 6, 0. Okay. In case you are wondering, this 0 is for x, 3 is for y. This 0 is for y, 6 is for x. Now, this is the line, the y-axis. This is the line, x is equal to 0. So, x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 3 because it's passing on 3. The same concept apply here. This is the line, x-axis, but it is the line y is equal to 0. And x here is a 6, so 6, 0. So when you come up with those coordinates, you can use the gradient of, you can use the formula for gradient. Y is equal to, we say m, not y. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So from these coordinates, let's rename them. We have x1, y1. Then we can also have x2, y2. So from here, we can now say m equal to y2 will be a 0 minus y1 is a 3 over our x2 is a 6 minus our x1 is a 0. So 0 minus 3 to give us negative 3, and 6 minus 0 to give us 6. So therefore m is equal to 3 1, 3 into 6, 2. So the value of the gradient is a negative half. So gradient is equal to negative what? Half. So since we have found the gradient, we can use the gradient to find the equation of this straight line right here. Okay, so let's see how we can answer it. All right, so now to find the gradient of, to find the equation of this straight line, we can use, there are two different formulas that we can use. So let's just use this one. Y is equal to mx plus c. So first here, we need to find the value of c. Y we have, m we have, x we have. So we have these two coordinates. You can pick any. So let's say we pick 6, 0. Okay. So this will be x and this will be y. So where there is y, we put a 0 equal to. Where there is gradient, we put a negative 2. Okay. Then where there is x, we put a 6. Then plus c. So here we can cancel this 2 here, 1, 2 into 6. It's a 3. Negative 1 times 3, we are going to have negative 3. So c will be equal to positive what? 3. So this is the value of c. C is equal to 3. So the gradient is equal to negative half right here, and c is equal to 3. So we can use this same formula, y is equal to mx plus c. We just substitute. Where there is m, we put negative half. Where there is c, we put positive 3. And that will be the equation of the straight line. Alright, so now we can say therefore y is equal to mx plus c. So we are just substituting where there is m and where there is c. So we are going to say y equal to our m, which is negative half, then x, our c is a positive 3. So this is the equation. Now we need to come up with the inequality. So it's for this line, which is a solid line, so it should be equal to. So the shaded region is the lower region, which is less. Then the unshaded region is the region which is what? Greater. So we are describing the unshaded region. So our final answer, we are just going to say, let me just erase this part. Our final answer, we are just going to say y is greater or equal to negative half x plus c. So this is our answer. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.